Hey all, good morning and welcome to ShareTrack. This is Raj here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It's now back to the markets, back to business as usual. As I pointed out last week, we are still in a bear channel and midterm elections could be the turning point with various potential catalysts just around that time, which could include an end to Russia-Ukraine conflict or China getting back to business as usual. And today we had a minor catalyst as the US rolled back a key element of its mini budgets. Let's talk about that and get started with our morning show. Welcome back, friends. First, I'd like to start with a bit of bad news, then give you some good news, and then a bad news, and then some good news. That's how I'd like to do to keep us balanced for the day. So let's start off with the first bad news. Shares of Credit Suisse plunged nearly 10% in Europe's morning session as its balance sheet weakness came into focus. Credit Suisse said that it's in the process of a strategy review that includes potential divestitures and asset sales. Credit Suisse has also been in talks with investors to raise capital with various scenarios in mind, as per people familiar with the matter. One of the possibilities may be that the bank may exit the US market altogether. This is a negative catalyst. On a more positive note, some sense prevailed as the UK Prime Minister said that the tax cut were the Finance Minister's idea. Later on, the Finance Minister and the PM jointly said that they would scrap the 5% tax cut on people earning income above 150K. We should now see a bit of life come back into the British pound as this move will reduce the projected deficit, whereas the British pound plunged, factoring in the full-blown deficit. So this in turn would provide a minor positive for the markets today as the GBP firms up a little bit against the US dollar. Now on to the bad news again. Tesla delivered 241,300 cars in the third quarter as against an expectation of 364,550 cars. This is a huge shortfall. Already pre-market Tesla shares are down 5%. Meanwhile, Apple shares are also down 0.5% pre-market, taking QQQ below its support level of 268.74. Further drops in QQQ will be in support of our thesis that we may see a Santa Claus rally after the midterms. I'll talk more about that when we go into the TradingView platform. Another bit of bad and good news combination is that the hurricane has caused massive loss in Florida and may wreak more havoc as it travels further before fizzling out. All of the damages provide the opportunity to kickstart the economy when reconstruction begins. I'll talk more about reconstruction post-hurricanes in a separate video because we have to talk about a lot of economic consideration and environmental considerations out there. So that's a topic for another video. For more about the pre-market action, let's get on into the TradingView platform. Well, friends, here we are in our TradingView platform, and I have in front of me the Nasdaq futures chart. It's well within the bear channel, and its MACD is down, and momentum is also close to 30%. So I think that I can't consider Nasdaq futures to be a positive catalyst at this point of time. Going on to US oil has just broken above the upper resistance. We still want it to break above 86.33 to create a bull channel. So right now I'll consider it as bearish still. QQQ is down 1.70% from Friday, and pre-market it's up 0.09%, but it's already down 30% on the momentum chart. And if we trace back to the past, somewhere around 27th of January 2022, 26th or 27th, we had already touched 22.65 on the momentum chart. So we are most likely to bounce off from there. And then if you look at S&P 500, we are up 0.54% pre-market, but we still have the potential of bouncing off the momentum chart at 24.62. So there is still more further downside potential available. Russell Industrial Average is also coming back towards the 30% after having bounced off 25.65 on the momentum. So there is further downside potential out there. But pre-market, it's up 0.98%. So there could be a bit of movement upwards with the resistance of the 10-day simple moving average, which is this yellow line out here, sitting at 170.25. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 0.66% pre-market, but we are on a bear channel, as you can see here, and momentum has fallen below 30%. And if we go back to look at the indicators from past, we can see that in the past we had gone all the way down to 16.44 on the momentum chart, 16.44%. So there's a good chance that we may bounce back from there and go down further, in which case we'll still validate 285.74, which is the next level of support for Dow Jones Industrial Average. And if you look at VIX, you can see that on Friday we had a huge doji candle with a very narrow body in the middle. Today we are already opened very high, and then we kept dropping down on the VIX, but we are still up 1.17% on the VIX. So we have support for the VIX in the 10-day simple moving average at 30.28. So we are very far away from the horizontal support of 27.20. Our MACD is bullish, and momentum is also above average and still has plenty of room to run out to 70%. So there's a good chance that VIX may go up further, and especially given the Tesla debacle that we have here. And the US dollar index is down slightly. This could be because the British pound might be firming up. So I have here with me the British pound chart against the US dollar. So you can see that the British pound jumped at around 6 o'clock in the morning on October 3rd, that is today. And it's consolidating a little bit, but it's on a slightly bullish channel out here. This is the result of announcing that they're not going to do tax cut for individuals earning more than 150,000 pounds. Now let's take a quick look at the index movers. I have Microsoft out here, which is up 0.57% pre-market. Apple is down 0.36% pre-market. Amazon is up 0.35% pre-market. Google is up 0.36% pre-market. So it's a bit inconclusive for me today. So the market could go either ways. If I look at commodities, wheat is down 0.65%. It's touching the bottom of the bear channel. If it goes down further, that is good for the inflation. Copper is down 0.64% pre-market. It's still consolidating, so there is no news out here as such. If you look at the genomics, and if we sort out genomics chart out here, Bluebird is at the very top. Bluebird is still positive pre-market after gaining 11% yesterday, and I'm always bullish on Bluebird. It has got two therapies, but we still await news from Bluebird regarding what it's going to do about commercialization. So let us look at the news article out here. This is of September 19th, so there is no news at this point of time. So we are still waiting information from Bluebird, which is very critical to sustain the positives. Allogene has got no trades pre-market. PSEB has no trades pre-market. SQZ has no trades pre-market. Invitae is up 0.81% pre-market. I'll be coming up with a video on Invitae shortly as per a request from one of our viewers. So watch out for that this week. IMTX has got no trades pre-market. CRISPR Therapeutics is down 0.08% pre-market. Caribou has no trades pre-market. Intelia has no trades pre-market. Editas has no trades pre-market. Verve has no trades pre-market. Beam has no trades pre-market. IDNA has no trades pre-market. ARCG is positive 0.06% pre-market, which is very little. So I would consider that as good as nothing. DNA is up 2.88% pre-market. It's at 3.21, and it's got a resistance which is at 3.20. So that resistance immediately becomes a support if we open at this level, and therefore the next resistance for it would be 3.33. And then we look at Illumina, which has no trades pre-market, and Teladoc has got a 0.83% gain pre-market. It's sitting at 25.56, and it has got a resistance out here at 27.13, which is a minor resistance. So with that, my friends, brings me to an end of this video. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and this week turns out to be good for you. Let's hope that the bad news from Tesla doesn't damage the market too much, but takes us just enough so that we have some kind of a bottom for the QQQ, a seller exhaustion, and then we start consolidating sideways, looking forward to the midterms. So that's the thesis. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about the midterms again, please check out my last video. I've put the link up here, and you can check it out. It's called as the Santa Claus Rally. I released it on Friday. Check it out and let me know what you think about it. My friends, if you like this video, please press a like out there. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe and help us grow this channel. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.